Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and today I will be telling you guys all about the books I plan to read for the Biannual Bibliothon. I am wearing a sweater in this video today because I've been getting an awful lot of compliments on this sweater in the past couple of days, and I don't know why, because it's just a sweater, but like, apparently it's a really cool sweater with cool colors, so that's great. So anyway, the Biannual Bibliothon is a readathon hosted by a few people. It takes place in the winter and in the summer of every year. I will leave a link to the announcement video down below that has all of the people who host this readathon, and I know there are like 6 of them, and they sometimes switch up who the hosts are because some people can't do it that time, etc, etc. So I don't know off the top of my head who every single person is, but if you go to that link, it will have all of them. So this readathon comes with a set of challenges. The first challenge is the group book, which is The Wicked Deep by Shea Earnshaw, and I have been waiting to read this book forever, but I just never got around to it because I don't have a copy or anything, so I'm just gonna go to the library and get this book. They don't have it on audiobook, which is too bad because usually when I get a book out from the library these days, it's always like the current audiobook that I want to listen to, but they do have the physical copy, so I will go and get it. So the next challenge is to read an Own Voices book that is not the same as you. So if you're not familiar with the term Own Voices, that is a book written by an author of the same marginalized group that the book is about. For the purposes of this challenge, they're saying different from you, so not your own marginalization. So for me, that means no Persian books and no bisexual books. So what I chose to read for this is Empress of All Seasons by Emiko Jean, and this is about a Japanese main character. I assume the author is Japanese because her name is Japanese. The next challenge is to read a book that has been on your TBR for over a year, and for that I decided to read Molokai because I keep hearing that this book is really good. Every time I post a picture of my bookshelf or anything, people are always like, oh, have you read Molokai yet? I see it on your shelf. It's a really good book. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I've had this book for seriously like a couple of years now, and I think it's about time I read it. The next challenge is a 5-star book prediction. So one that you think you are going to give 5 stars to. So I'm very stingy with 5-star ratings. I give very few books 5 stars, and so I decided to kind of go with the sequel of a book that earned 5 stars from me, because if the prequel earned 5 stars, there's a pretty good chance the sequel will get 5 stars from me as well, and that is Timekeeper by Alexandra Monnier. So I read the first book, Timeless, just a couple of months ago, and I really loved that book, like, more than I thought I would. I mean, I thought it would be, you know, kind of cool and everything, but it ended up being, like, really good. So, I am excited to get to this one, and it's also really short, so it's perfect for a week-long readathon. And then I'm doubling up on this next book. It's going to fulfill a couple of challenges. So the first challenge that it will complete is the last book that you bought. And the other challenge that it will complete is read a chapter of 3 books and pick one. So obviously I decided to, you know, since obviously I can't just pick 3 books, like what 3 books can I possibly choose between? Am I just supposed to pick like 3 books off of my shelf and pick one of them? Because there are so many books on my shelf that I haven't read yet. Like, how am I going to pick 3 in order to pick one? So I decided to go like pick one of the challenges and kind of go, okay, pick 3 books that meet that challenge and then read a chapter of each one of them. I actually cheated and only read a page, but whatever. So I decided to go with the last 3 books that I bought, and I read a page of each one, or really it was more like a couple of pages, not counting the prologues, and then I picked one, and I didn't necessarily pick this one because it was the chapter that drew me in the most, but it was the one that I kind of feel like reading for a readathon the most because of its length and because of its, you know, it's the only one that wasn't an adult fantasy, and for a readathon that is only a week and I have like 4 books picked out already, all that stuff. I wanted to just go with something short and simple. So anyway, I picked Suspicion by Alexandra Monier, and that means I have 2 Alexandra Monier books on this TBR, but that is totally okay. This is a standalone, I believe, that she wrote after the Timeless duology, so it'll be interesting. I guess I'm reading her books in publication order without really intending to. And then there is one more challenge, and that is to watch someone else's TBR and pick a book from their TBR for this readathon. So what I'm going to do is just watch other people's TBRs for this, and just the first one I see that has a book that I have or something, I'm just gonna pick that one. So at this time, I don't know what that will necessarily be. These 4 books plus The Wicked Deep are my TBR for this readathon, and plus whatever I pick for the last challenge that I have not chosen yet. Let me know if you've read any of these, what your thoughts are, etc., etc., and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!